gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. Jesus Christ is King, and of course, I am General Greene, leading the 1776 revolution to your freedom in the Bitcoin crypto blockchain wave. I'm going to talk about the most important video of your lifetime. Literally, the most important thing you could do today is spend the next 10 minutes, watch this video, share this video. And by the way, if you're looking for our full archive of content at AMTV, the best place to watch that absolutely for free is on Rumble. For example, if you're looking for the video I posted yesterday, which is a must watch, you can only now watch it on Rumble. So make sure you do subscribe to the Greene Machine, General Greene on Rumble, and you can do it right here. Let me go ahead and show you where you can find my content at, of course, AMTV. This video actually was going viral yesterday. Many of you did watch it. It was up to 20,000 views in less than a few hours, but it is a little dicey. So content over here on the Rumble. So get ready to rumble with the General. But this video today really is the most important video of a lifetime because we are going through a massive transitionary period that, of course, you and I, my beautiful audience, have been warning about for going on nearly 2 decades. For those of you that do know my full story, I quit my job on Wall Street at Merrill Lynch to expose the elites and the cabal on Wall Street that had hosed all the American public in 2008 and 09, and then committed and started and really invented alternative media television from the ground up. I've interviewed people from all over the world, traveled all over the world, politicians exposing people like John McCain and others, speaking with technologists, meeting and marrying with billionaires all across literally this planet. And it's been a wild ride and a crazy experience to see how social media and e-commerce and now blockchain and Bitcoin and tokenized assets, all of my primary message components have now officially taken over all of human life forms and civilization. So I'm going to keep it tight and poignant today. We're going to go over some geopolitics and then what's happening in the crypto space. So it was probably your last opportunity to ever buy Bitcoin under 100K in your lifetime, folks. The last opportunity, you probably just missed it, was to buy Bitcoin under 100K. Now look, I've warned about Bitcoin. I have pumped Bitcoin in 10,000 plus videos, even launched the largest school in the world, Bitcoin Rich, and now Island Project Club, invented tokenized real estate. I've been peppering you with the Bitcoin crypto blockchain truth for nearly 10 years. So don't say that you weren't warned. I've been, putting out videos. I think I've put out maybe 100 videos predicting Bitcoin's 100K rise. Well, now you might not ever in your entire lifetime be able to buy Bitcoin under 100K. Again, it's probably going to be trading 200-300 grand this year. And then, of course, as the Trumps are now admitting to you, even his sons are saying, they're just repeating what I've been saying for 10 years, but that Bitcoin's going to trade well above $1 million very soon. I personally believe that Bitcoin's going to trade 2 to 3 million plus dollars, as it's now officially a $2 trillion asset. Again, Bitcoin, data, and AI are now going to merge with each other. And this is what I saw 10 years ago. And I think one of the edges I had was disrupting social media, understanding the critical disruptive moves necessary for society to completely flip on its head and then move into what they've called, new normal, the system, the reset, blah, 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 whatever. We know what the elites are doing. So, that was also a critical idea and a fact of knowledge that we just always knew was fact. And, that's why you never trust anything the mainstream media tells you. Of course, if Warren Buffett tells you something's a scam, you buy as much of what he says is a scam, which was Bitcoin. And you always bet against the US trash dollar. People told me that years ago. They were very defensive about it. They're like, Christopher, you've You've bought like all this Bitcoin, right? You're just going all in like you're crazy, dude. You're nuts. You do realize you're betting against America and the US dollar. And I'd look them straight in the eye and be like, you bet your ass I'm betting against the US dollar. The US dollar's trash. And it's why I bought Bitcoin. And again, it's proven to be the #1 best investment, outperforming every single asset class from private equity to hedge funds to even derivatives. It is absolutely the single store of value, ultimate gold standard, now demonetizing gold as the Trump pump now rebrands all of America into not just Trump country, but the new Bitcoin Standard Reserve, the Bitcoin United States of Crypto America. That's how big it is. So again, you always want to go against the grain. You know, when the sheep are being led to slaughter, don't follow them. You go the other way. You go seek prosperity, salvation, health, wellness, love, hope, joy, and you always seek Jesus. Again, you know, Jesus' message wasn't very well received by a lot of people. He had to move to different towns and dust his feet politely and go and tell them, you know, tell the masses and then speak in parables to a lot of people that couldn't even understand what he was saying. So all of that's still true today. And we're going through this massive political upheaval and just crazy disruption, and crypto is now taking over the entire world. The millions of dollars of profits are just windfalling into all of my members and all my students at school. And by the way, I hope you watched my video that I put out yesterday privately, my new 1000X pick, the new early bird pick. It's right here. It was posted January 5th yesterday. There's still a little time to get in, but in a couple of weeks when my new 1000X pick is breaking new all-time highs, you're going to have missed all the gains. That's what you need to understand. A lot of people, you know, are very cynical, and then they see my picks crush it like 50, 100, sometimes 1000X, then they buy after the 1000X. You're late, you didn't have the knowledge, you didn't get the inside track, you're not educated, and more importantly, you're not at school. So you got to take advantage of these opportunities so that you're taking the action for the success before it's obvious. Again, if you're buying Bitcoin now, you're late. I've been yelling in your faces for literally a decade, throwing chairs in the pool, pulling my shirt off in WWE fashion, pounding my freaking chest, yelling at you at times, right? Why did I do that? I love you. I want each and every one of you extremely successful and extremely rich so that you can fight this evil, dirty, criminal cabal that, of course, is enslaving you all. We are on the fast track now into 2030. It's going to be terrible. Of course, the global elites are fully building the surveillance grid. They've pulled it off to a large extent. They're now going to marry and merge all of the data mining and all the AI that they already pre-planned before with the blockchain technology. And now they're moving forward with full-blown tokenization of everything in your entire life. And it's very interesting to study. In fact, my pick is a huge pick in the real-world asset play. Again, that's where most of my money is real-world assets, no bank debt, beach, oceanfront homes, tokenized on a multi-billion-dollar blockchain, cash flows, capital gains, legacy asset, inheritable to all of your freaking children, building inroads of freedom and private ecosystem, and sunning our balls in Thailand and Bali and Asia and Maui and Waikiki and Park City, Utah ski lodges. Again, we have fast-tracked way ahead of everybody else, way ahead of the masses, way ahead of Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, way ahead of even Donald Trump, which I support, and I hope he does well, and I hope he, transfers into office peacefully. I hope there's not any problems. I hope he's able to pull it off. I mean, we'll see how aggressive he gets. I don't know, is he going to send tanks into the streets to remove all the illegals? I have no idea. So we'll just see what he's going to do. I don't know. He says with his tariffs, the mainstream media at least is already saying he's kind of backtracking on that. I have no idea. So we'll see what happens. But the point is, all of this is coming whether you like it or not. All of this is coming whether you like it or not. So this is massive. Of course, Ethereum, which I'm super bullish on. That's why I'm recommending altcoins right now. We hold huge bags because these profits are just going to be freaking 1000X epic as a result of Ethereum crushing new all-time highs, breaking its last all-time high of just under 5,000, sending probably to 10K plus in 25. Altcoins exploding. I think it's a guarantee, 10, 100,000 freaking X. And this could be the last opportunity to really make that real money and those real gains before the police state is, cemented, which is where it's all going. Again, we're seeing this now. I mean, Elon Musk was telling everybody on X the other day to, focus on the positive. And then it's kind of crazy. Everything that he's posting is so negative. He's like arguably pushing into elections, we'll say, overseas into the UK. And then every tweet is like terrible. And he's like talking about subject matters I'm not even allowed to say public. It's crazy. He's like, stay positive, and then his entire tweet feed is negative. It's insane. But again, that's just even a side point. But it's a testament to the collapsing system. I mean, even Andrew Tate is running for president in the UK. So we're going to have a shirtless guy named Andrew Tate, whose dad worked for the CIA as a professional linguist, now attempt to take over the United Kingdom. It's crazy. Like, we're literally in this strange, insane asylum now. I mean, reality TV, social media dominated and it's taken over everything. I mean, even Donald Trump is a reality television star, right? I mean, he's got his own star in Hollywood, like right on the block, like Jenny on the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. My wife actually says she likes it when I blast in my Lambo the Jenny from the Block song. She's like, you're like Jenny from the Block. She thinks it's hilarious. Just like you got your little handbag there. You're like, I'm Jenny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. Anyways, we think it's funny. I think it's funny. But, society is crazy. And then there's that meme, with Ben Affleck. He's like smoking a cigarette. It's like, how many times have I been in this relationship? That's like one of the best memes. So, total geopolitical conflict. Again, yesterday I went over a full review for like over an hour. Yes, China will attack Taiwan. They will take the island by force using 5th, 6th, 7th generation warfare. Trump's going to cozy up to XI after the takeover. So just understand that, after it's been completed. Just like Ukraine has already been conquered by Russia, largely, and Putin's already taken all the land that he wants. And so now Trump's going to come in and handshake and boot out Zelensky, and Ukraine will have lost the war. Trump will take credit for the peace deal. It's all a bunch of hocus pocus bullcrap, essentially, but that's what's going to happen. The BRICS are incredibly strong. They have been just beating up the United States, just absolutely taking no prisoners, and their coalition has largely been dominating U.S. trash fiat currency for a very long time. And so we have this massive destabilization effect currently taking place across the global financial system, where fiat currencies are dying. The westernized world is collapsing. And even our politicians are calling for the collapse of America. I mean, Trump wants to acquire Canada. That means the United States will officially not exist, right? If we start taking over and conquering other countries and then forming the Amero in a new union, that only cements the loss of sovereignty of the great United States, a sign of isolationism, protectionism, and really kind of the end of the road before the complete outbreak, which you're in now, by the way. This is World War III. Everything that's been going on, 5th, 6th, 7th generation warfare, everything in 2020, this is all just World War III, all of it. Now AI, data, blockchain all merges and marries into the singularity, which I've been warning about for a very long time. Again, Bitcoin isn't even an option for you. You're going to be forced onto the Bitcoin standard. Fiat currencies will keep collapsing. Bank runs will hit the United States and the westernized world. All of it's over. And then Trump, or whatever president's in there, maybe even Trump doesn't get in, they're going to have to reset into the new currencies they've designed. It'll be blockchain-backed, fiat digital. It'll be hyperinflationary, tracked, surveilled, and it'll be a very orderly and sequential rollout to the American people. By that time, Bitcoin will completely destabilize and overtaken the market cap of every single Fortune 100 company in the world, and will have completely circumvented, I think, at some point, even gold. Your politicians in the United States, by the way, are even talking about getting rid of gold certificates, trading them in. I mean, we have no idea how much gold. I like gold. I own gold, but gold is real money. It's going much, much higher. But the point is, we don't even know if they have the gold at Fort Knox. So they're going to trade the fake fiat bull crap. We don't even know if it represents actual physical assets of the gold. I mean, this is why Island Project's so cool. Like, you can visit your own asset. Like, you can touch it and hammer it and be like, oh yeah, this is real. Like, I own this, right? Like, you know, like you don't know if there's any gold at at Fort Knox, or if the government even holds any of it. They could have gotten rid of all of it years ago. We have no idea if they've demonetized it. But now politicians are conveniently saying they want to trade gold certificates and replace it with Bitcoin. Trump is looking into very creative ideas, you know, and the way he's being peppered with this right now is, of course, Elon Musk, which controls him, and Peter Thiel, and all of his owners that own all the Bitcoin that funded his entire operation and fundraising campaign this year. That's just a fact, that have all the influence and dominating power. They're the oligarchs that own all of society. I mean, Elon Musk is even trying to overthrow the election in the UK. So it tells you who wears the pants. Elon Musk is now God in the westernized world. For not my God, but for most people, he's worshipped as the new Jesus almost. It's incredible. And so he's, you know, overthrowing elections overseas, trying to throw out politicians. He's funding Trump. His net worth is exploding. All of these people are now pushing Trump into this new blockchain standard, which of course they created. It all comes from the same place. And so it's very obvious, easy to see a long time ago. We all knew, I mean, we all know America's trashed. We all know it's one giant rig job Wall Street scam. I mean, I've been warning about that for years. So it's very easy to predict Bitcoin's rise. It was very easy to understand that Warren Buffett's either an idiot or he's lying to you, and Charlie Munger just hates you. He doesn't want you to get rich. He only wants to be rich for himself, right? That's why they protect their assets. They don't want any competition. They don't want anybody competing, right, with their Berkshire Hathaway trash company. And I'm sure Buffett or his successor will eventually start buying Bitcoin. Once Warren Buffett's long gone in the grave, right next to Charlie Munger, they'll start buying Bitcoin. They're going to be forced on it. This is what you need to understand. You are forced into the takeover now of the Bitcoin hegemony. Okay, this is even an interstellar hegemony. You know, keep in mind, all of Elon Musk's money is going towards global, not just global, but worldwide interstellar domination, right? His primary hard-on is to go to Mars, not clean up the trash or solve poverty here in the United States or help our veterans. He care less about that. It's the hard-on to go to Mars. This is why he needs all the taxpayer money. He wants to go to that burning, fire-ish, hellish pit that is Mars, and it doesn't have any oxygen, and then send you all out there to perish. And that's the goal. Again, all of this, the satellites, again, it's so connected. And this is what we must understand. So the opportunities are amazing. They're almost endless right now. I'm fully expecting 100x, if not 1,000x in my new pick. That is definitely going. Let me show you a sneak peek, actually. Here, hold on one second. I'm going to go click it. We'll just throw you a little sneak peek. And then I'm going to show you some footage you haven't seen yet. Papa John out in beautiful Hawaii. I want to show you our new acquisition. It hasn't even been announced yet. Baller. $6 million, guys. Beachfront diamond nuts. All day freaking long. Take a look at this. Because again, we're the real ballers. We've been doing this forever. Pounding you with Bitcoin every single day for a decade. So if you've missed it, that's your fault, not my fault. If you missed the 1000x and islandproject.com, well, sorry, you missed it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, because again, we are only going to the moon. I hope you understand that. The Christian baller billionaire class is on a singular mission to make all of our members and investors rich and to dominate in the new system and build new pathways to freedom and liberty in a private ecosystem outside of the cabal's surveillance police state. So let me show you a little sneak peek here. It's pretty dope. It's Papa John right now. We're going to be making a huge announcement on a few more acquisitions. Beachfront. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the General Greene here at the Island Project Club.com. We be clubbing, and it is January 5th, 2025. Again, not financial advice. This is just my opinion here at the club, and I think this is going to Okay, so we think that's going to absolutely check that out at school. Make sure that you get in now. These opportunities are not going to last, ladies and gentlemen. So also geopolitically, what can we expect? Again, there's a lot of fanfare. There's this honeymoon period now. Trump's in. Most Americans think it's going to solve all of their problems. So it's a real honeymoon phase. And this is why we're going to get this massive crypto, extreme Bitcoin, extreme Ethereum pump. Donald Trump's new pick, even for SEC commissioner, is a very positive sign moving forward. Again, now the entire establishment is moving into the Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto golden age. So very, very exciting time. Let me take a look at the market here right now. Let's just kind of review where we are. Again, we're headed well to 5 trillion in total market cap. Bitcoin, again, crushing. Probably you'll never see it under 100K again now. I think about all the just hate we got, all the cynicism, all the sideline critics over the last couple of years that said Bitcoin would never hit 100K. So many of you said Bitcoin would be banned. Now it's not being banned. It's just the new hegemony of the entire, it's just incredible how wrong people are. Ethereum's trading at 3,700. Very undervalued. Again, if we compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, Ethereum has a $444 billion market cap. That kind of sounds lucky to me today too, as well. So it's very undervalued. You know, Ethereum is at least going to double in price to 1 trillion. You can also look at like factors that gold is what, a $15 trillion market. So that shows you how much further that Bitcoin actually has to go, only sitting at 2 trillion. I do think there's a little bit of a rotation coming out of meme coins right now. I think that the biggest play really is real world assets. Again, that's where I've put all my money. It's what I primarily do for a living is islandproject.com. Real world assets, tokenized, blockchainified on a independent, decentralized blockchain utilizing smart contracts is the future of all assets. BlackRock is now talking about tokenizing stocks, tokenizing ETFs, tokenizing gold, tokenizing silver, and also tokenizing diversified baskets and pools of stable coins. Why is this happening? Because the US dollar is intentionally by design failing, and the global elites have now created a replacement for it. This is what you need to understand. I always told you this. My primary message over the last 20 years is that the elites do whatever they want. There's a different set of rules for them. They break rules. And really, I would argue there's not even laws for them. There's nothing they even have to abide by. And I always told you as my primary message that when the time came, the elites would get rid of the old system, dump it, flush it down the toilet, snap their fingers, and through a declaration of executive order and massive emergencies, like we've already seen, then cement the new normal system that they already had pre-planned, which is what they've done. And they do this all the time. There's so many examples of this. I mean, in 2008-09, they broke all the rules and then took taxpayer money and just bailed themselves out, proving there is no system, proving there's no economy, proving there is no laws, there's no rule of laws. It's just at the whim of whatever the elites decide. And of course, the elites will always protect themselves. I'm gonna actually tell you something pretty radical right now, but many of you have not studied in gross detail like I have a lot of these people. Sam Altman, for example, I've been very familiar with long before he was ever famous, long before I'm sure many of you have ever heard of him. He's also given extensive interviews where they talk about like morality. And the reason I'm telling you this is I'm sharing with you the people that have designed your new world, the whole AI ecosystem. These are what these people think about human life. And there's a great article. I encourage you to read it. You can go use ChatGPT to look it up if you'd like. Sam Altman is asked, I think by Peter Thiel, how many people he would let perish if it were to save himself. And his number is well above hundreds of thousands. So I want you to understand that the elites are only looking out for themselves. The elites would trade hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of your lives for themselves. So I just want you to understand the people that created these new technologies don't care about you or human life at all. They care about themselves. They're very selfish. And I would argue that Elon Musk's primary mission in life, I mean, this isn't my primary mission in life. My primary mission is to share the name of Jesus, help Christians, build kingdom wealth into eternity. But like Elon Musk, I mean, his primary objective is just to make money. Like if you think Elon Musk endorsed Trump because he's on the moral high ground, You got to be out of your mind. It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about knocking that net worth up to the 400 billion marker. Elon Musk will probably be the world's first trillionaire as a result. This is why he owns all these companies and all, cars and I mean, it's just to sell as much as he possibly can to ingratiate himself as king. He's in a better spot than Trump, honestly, because he's now running the country, but he can play Trump like a little fiddle on his little coat strings, right? I mean, Trump's only worth a measly 5 billion petty dollars compared to Elon Musk's 440 billion. So who do you think's in charge? Peter Thiel is one of the wealthiest people on the planet. Many of you don't even know who he is. Some of you probably do. These are the guys running society. Now, by the way, Peter Thiel and Sam Altman are very much doomsday preppers as I am. They are expecting the end of the world and nuclear bombs to go off everywhere. Sam Altman and Peter Thiel have been very open about all their bunkers. Okay, in fact, they have an escape hatch plan just for themselves, not for you, out in New Zealand when all heck breaks loose in the westernized world. They all have large yachts and helicopters, and they will all be moving out along with the U.S. military, I'm sure, because, Trump and all of them are in bed now during the collapse. So I just want you to understand this. People have always said, Chris, you're crazy, telling people to prep, telling people about nuclear fallout shelters and bunkers and getting food and water, all things that I've stressed and helped you with. I mean, I've covered every base of preparation. See, I'm the best in the world. Not only have I given, sold, recommended, urged you food, water, health, wellness, success, I've also made you rich. How many preppers out there have made you rich? Think about that. How many preppers out there doing their videos every day actually make you money? None. Most of their videos are just in their car. They're like, I think a nuke is going to go off tomorrow. It's going to be terrible. It's like, okay, well, what do we do? Well, you get some food and water. Well, then what? Again, play offense. Peter Thiel, Sam Altman are playing massive offense. They own real estate all over the world. They own yachts, helicopters, jets, seaplanes, huge staff. They don't even need any workers. Now they're building robots to be their slaves. And so they'll fully control autonomously through data and all that kind of stuff, the robots. These will be armed to the teeth to defend them. Just like Sam Altman exposed himself. And we've heard these people say they would trade look this up for yourself, they'll trade millions of people's lives just to save themselves. So again, your endorsement of these people like they're God is only leading to your detriment. There is only one God, and there's only one person to kneel to, and there's only one person to bow as a humble servant, and that's the Lord Jesus Christ. He's coming back soon. And by the way, all these people hiding out in their caves and mountains, all their knees will shatter and be forced to the ground to bow to our Lord Jesus Christ. So, I mean, it's an honor to lead, again, as we build trillionaire kingdom wealth, as we build legacy wealth for you and your families, as we acquire and buy countless more beach and oceanfront properties with true ownership, with true 100% equity, with true use and access. We've done something extraordinary that the elites will never, ever, ever, ever do for you. And why won't they do for you? Honestly, I'll tell you the truth. There's not enough money in it. My dad and I have even talked about this, and we are very humbled by the Lord on this count, because we've built Island Project because God told us. But no one else would build this because there's not enough money in it. Keep in mind, when you buy an ETF or a stock on Wall Street, or you're out patronizing Elon Musk, buying a new Tesla, everything these people design is all about money, profits, and fees. Okay, when you buy a ETF, there's huge management fees, huge entry-exit fees, massive fees charged up the kazoo. Well, we've done none of that. For those of you in our project, you know that my father and I only make money upon the success of the project itself, which means only if the asset grows does my company make any money. So we've really just poured in tens and hundreds of millions of dollars of our own money to build a freedom society because we're cool. I just want you guys really to truthfully understand that. For example, if you buy, nothing against Grant Cardone, he's a good businessman. I do admire him in some ways, but if you buy one of his, commercial projects, you'll never visit, you'll never shake his hand, You'll never know him. Fees are enormous. He uses massive leverage and debt. And honestly, he almost went out of business in 2008-09. He's even admitted that. I'm not hating. He's a great entrepreneur. I'm just saying that he has so much leverage. He's balls deep in like 100% debt, that if the debt markets ever collapse, he's done. He's at the point now where he is pretty big, though, so he could probably renegotiate at the banks, just like Trump did. When his companies went bankrupt, Trump just was able to go to the bank and get a special inside sweetheart deal because the banks don't want to lose billions of dollars when you've taken out billions of dollars. The bank is at risk at that point. It gives you negotiating power. It's called too big to fail, right? That's how all the banks pulled off the heist in 2008-09. I'm just pointing out that we are in la land, okay? So it's going to come to roost at some point. This is why I've been ordering massive profit taking. It's why I've been ordering real assets. It's why I've been ordering you to onboard islandproject.com and hitting tiers, because it guarantees your success. It guarantees your family's legacy. It's extremely safe, and honestly, there's no downside. We don't have any debt. You just own beach and oceanfront everywhere. That's an incredible opportunity. We are now organized for our tokenization launch in 2025. So this is going to be the next biggest thing in the world. Once we tokenize our core asset base of all these beautiful properties we own outright with no bank debt, we'll then trade in a public market in billions and billions of dollars. We will be the first proof of concept ever designed, ever pulled off tokenized real estate asset with no debt to go live and public across all major market exchanges. It's going to be the biggest liquidity event you've ever seen in your entire life, and congratulations to y'all. We've pulled it off. Congratulations to my father as well. So the opportunity window's very short. Bitcoin, you'll probably never see under 100K again. It's over. You missed it. I'm sorry. You didn't. A lot of you didn't listen. A lot of you did. But I'm talking about all the cynics. I mean, all the haters out there. I mean, I've done 10,000 videos warning about Bitcoin taking over the world. It's now officially taken over the world. This is the Bitcoin hegemonic new system, replacing governments, establishing sovereign reserve, merging with all data mining, artificial intelligence, even the robotic age, an interstellar investment asset class, replacing gold. So that's how huge it is. And you now need to understand where the next best opportunity is going to be, what people can't see yet, what I've been hammering over your heads for literally 2 years now, with a freaking vengeance, And what is it? It's real world, no bank debt, tokenized assets in the best locations in the world they don't want you to own, ahead of BlackRock, Fidelity, and State Street, before Wall Street moves in, buys all of it, tokenizes all of it, and then removes private ownership and home ownership access, and especially these types of hyper niche properties, and your ability to ever afford them ever again, ever. And this is the end goal. BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Wall Street's, and arguably the government's goal is to remove all ownership and wealth creation tools from all of you. Why? Same reason Sam Altman and Peter Thiel said they would trade millions of people's lives if it affected their own self-preservation. This is why Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger hated on Bitcoin for years, because they knew that Bitcoin was a threat to their establishment regime. Well, we're in charge now. The Bitcoin mafia owns the White House. Trump is now owned by the Bitcoin mafia. Trump country is Bitcoin country now. It is that big of a deal. And we have officially circumvented and taken over the entire world, just like we did with social media and e-commerce. And now we've done with Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain, and soon to be the number one asset we're never selling. BlackRock can go take a hike that will move into the trillions of dollars worth of market valuation in the future, that you can enjoy and have peace of mind in your life, increase your lifestyle, increase your happiness, enjoy in your community, do the right thing, remove your financial assets from these criminals like BlackRock and others, in my opinion, remove it from Wall Street, remove it from the banks that don't want you to have access from your money and take it out of the system and build your own. And I want you to think about how incredible this is. Our blockchain will hold various assets in the future. Again, I love gold. I love gold. I don't hate on gold or anything. I mean, I tell you guys to buy as much gold as you can. I mean, I always carry gold on me. I mean, that's why I own like $100,000 Rolexes. I have a huge collection, and I even carry gold on me all the time. I mean, gold is real money. But what you need to understand is the elites have artificially suppressed gold, and they've replaced it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more easily controllable for them. Okay, this is one of the gold pieces I always carry with me, right? I mean, I'm a big believer in hard money, but I'm pointing out that our blockchain primarily holds real assets like real estate, but will hold other assets in the future as well. It's very, very exciting. Again, the whole future will be asset tokenization, which we've built, invented, and are at the forefront of. I've even mentioned this before, but even if somebody wanted to come in and buy 10% of our project and our members wanted to sell it, you'd be selling at 1,000x potential gain because there's so much money now moving in. BlackRock and everyone's panicking. They're panicking, okay, that they don't have enough of the real assets to tokenize. And this, even Jeff Bezos, I've mentioned this to you, he's doing fractional real estate now too. I don't know if you know this, but they're buying all of middle America homes, kind of low end, like 300, 500,000 homes, and he's fractionalizing all of it. He's dumped about a couple $100 million already in venture capital into some of those programs. So again, I just want you to know that the elites, I'm gonna be blunt, hate you. Okay, you're never gonna own anything. They're removing home ownership rights from all of America, especially, and all of society. So it's over. The only thing you can do now is learn about crypto, get into crypto, and buy real assets fractionally along with us, and this is how you're gonna make your first $1 million. This is how you beat the system. This is how you get ahead. When I got started in social media, everyone hated it, called it a scam, laughed, mocked, cynics, said you couldn't make any money, and now look at it. Now look at it. Social media is politics. Andrew Tate's gonna run in the UK. People like me are multimillionaires because we started in 2008 and 09, right? The billionaire Christian ballers over here. All of it is being replaced by the new technology and the new system, whether you like it or not. Because again, a lot of you didn't like it. A lot of you were hating on it for years, like, well, you know, I don't want to be a part of that system. Well, again, they're going to force you on it. So you might as well get rich so you can be free. What else are you going to do? Go cry? I mean, there's nothing else you're going to do. These people are in charge. Understand. So you've got to be smarter than them, play the little game of chess, and then more importantly, do what's right in your own life. Protect you and your family, your churches, lead God faith first, vote with your wallets with the good guys, make tons of money selfishly for yourself so you have tools to go protect the people you care and love about in the future. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. I'm praying for all of you. Again, I encourage you to watch my video, subscribe, get into islandprojectclub.com, watch that new 1000x pick, invest in that 1000x pick. Absolutely get in, watch all of my fundamental videos about building a portfolio. Again, I've been teaching about Bitcoin and crypto when Bitcoin was under a freaking 1,000, urging, yelling, almost forcefully, attacking, telling you to get into this stuff. Now, you'll never see Bitcoin probably under 100K again. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. We've been proven right. We've been vindicated. We've been validated on every single level of human potential. And now we're going to watch a huge transformational, civilizational shift that will affect all of your lives and transition all of America, all of westernized society, all of governments, all of economies, all of Wall Street, the entire stock market, AI, robots, self-driving cars, the list goes on, and everything will be overthrown into the new system. You're welcome. I gave you decades of warning in advance. And now I'm warning you now, the number one place to be, the number one profit center, the number 1000x, the guarantee, the sure thing, the no downside. When the bank ruts hit, sleep peacefully at night. As the hyperinflation continues, know that the hyperinflation is only pushing Island Project assets to the moon forever and ever and ever as fiat continues to collapse to zero. Know that you're in the best alternative in the world, and nothing's ever changed. We just got smarter, and I realize in order to have a huge impact, you're going to need actually money as a tool to do that, because being just some guy on the internet who just tells you about the next terrible thing and then offers nothing really in return for that isn't going to help you, especially when their message will completely be deleted in the future, because again, you're moving into a police surveillance state, which they control. And we see this every single day. And Elon Musk says, talk positively. I'll just encourage you to go look at what he's been talking about the last 24 hours, all negative. He's like literally election bashing and like talking about subjects I'm not allowed to talk about. So again, these people do whatever they want, and they're willing to trade almost all of human life because they don't care about you. And that's my point. I do. My father does. My team really cares about. My members care about me. I love you guys. I've been always telling you the truth. We're the good guys. But these people, human life to them, because they don't believe in God either. So why would they care about human life? They don't believe in God. So again, they don't care about human life. There's no ethics or morality. It's self-preservation. You have to understand that the human condition for most people is an act of selfish self-preservation. And this is why Jesus was different and perfect in every way, because he was not about himself at all. He was about you. He was about saving you and showing you the truth and the light and the way and how to live. So go live that and be the example. Be the 1,000 acts. Make yourself great again. Okay? Make yourself great again. That's number one. Not even your country's number one. You're number one. Great people make a country great. You can't make a country great without 1,000xing yourself first. You can't make your family great as a leader, as a father, or as a mother, or as a brother or sister, or a friend or a family member, or a grandfather or grandmother, unless you're great. So understand that if you're weak, you can't lead. You have to make yourself stronger, and I'm here to help you out. Okay, I got to go run an appointment, got the 300K Lambo. We're about to freaking drive that thing about 200 miles per hour down the freeway because, again, I'm Maverick, and I've always been telling you the truth. Go live dangerously if you want to be free, ladies and gentlemen. Safety is the end of you. Stay safe. You know, maybe it has good intentions when people say it. I don't know. I don't like it. I never have. Stay safe means no freedom. Stay safe means you're in control. Stay safe means you live in fear. Could you imagine if Michael Jordan pulled up for the winning shot, pissing his pants, crying, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss it and lose? No, he pulled up dominating. He pulled up seeing the shot already made and the fans screaming. He pulled up knowing he was the only person that was going to take the shot to win. And that is the mindset you need, especially in a great disaster that we currently live in of the reset, of the great human takeover, of the great replacement, of now the new Bitcoin hegemonic system taking over all of your world, society, and politics and America. Again, you must understand this. This is Bitcoin states of America now. We are the Bitcoin country's mafia. And Elon Musk and Peter Thiel that fund Donald Trump are the Bitcoin oligarchs. And you must understand this truth and fact. So if you're not in yet, man, you're the only one that isn't. Because we're all in. They're all in. And they've been in for years. And that's why they deceived you in the greatest scam in world history, calling Bitcoin a scam. How dare they make you poor and broke? Absolutely disgusting. When my whole life's mission is to make you rich. Spiritually, morally, physically, economically, with the Lord, with your families, and so much more. Jesus Christ is Lord. God bless. I always say I'm going to do a short video, and I never can. I've got too much on my heart, and I love you guys. Again, this is the next Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, altcoin wave. Most of you will miss it once again. Once the millions are already made, probably a lot of you will then think it's a good idea to get in, and that'll probably be when we correct. I'm telling you now, you have very limited access and very limited time to make money, to learn about crypto, and to get in. You'll probably never see Bitcoin under 100K again. But again, it's still not too late. Bitcoin is going to $1 million. It's going to go to $2 to $3 million in your lifetime. That's how big it is. And most of you were scammed by the establishment out of it for the last decade. And I want you to hold all these people accountable. I want you to fire all of your crappy financial advisors, yell at them, tell them that Christopher Greene told you to fire their butts because they never recommended Bitcoin. They told you it was a scam. They weren't smart enough to figure it out. Anybody that ever gave you the advice that Bitcoin and crypto was a scam needs to be deleted. You can still love them if they're a family member or something, but never take their advice again, especially financially, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're not smart, and this is what you need to understand. The smartest people in the world are always making moves in advance of everybody else to much criticism, hate, cynicism, and vitriol. And this is why they put so much pressure on Bitcoin, and the mainstream media did as well, because they were covering up the largest wealth transfer and governmental shift in power, AI, technology reset, robotic age, and blockchain tokenization that would ever happen in your lifetime. This is literally bigger than the Industrial Revolution. Bitcoin is bigger than the invention of the wheel, for crying out loud, or the steam engine, or the printing press. It is that big. And so the gravity of it today, on January 6, 2025, I want it to sink in how big it is. The gravity that most of the American public, even today, I think it's like 15% of Americans even own any cryptocurrency. So it's still kind of early. 5-10 years from now, it'll be close to 100%, just like the internet. God bless. Links below. I want to see you at not just the club, but get into our tiers at islandproperty.com. Call my dad too, because that beautiful property I just showed you, you can actually stay there on the beach with your investment and then watch your investment grow. And you can go to the other properties too, and you can go enjoy your life. Can't do that with a crappy stock. You're not going to do that with a piece of paper at your bank in a CD. Hey, honey, check it out. I got a little CD. Yeah, good job. Who cares? It doesn't enhance anything. What you're doing, in my opinion, you're making those people rich. That's what you're doing. You're making the bank rich. So then when they don't have any money and they collapse, they can then seize your accounts because they're full of debt and have no reserve requirements at all. And we're just going to end on that again because so many of you don't know that. No reserve requirements, banks. In 2020, during that whole thing I'm not allowed to talk about, all banks in the United States moved to zero reserve requirement. So again, feel free to go into your bank today and be like, bro, how come you don't have my money? How come you don't have any reserves? And then show them the official Federal Reserve website, which says this: as announced on March 15th, 2020. Again, this is why it was an inside job. The board reduced reserve requirement ratios to 0%, effective March 26, 2020. This action eliminated reserve requirements for all depository institutions in your United States. They don't have your money, according to the Federal Reserve. Let it sink in for a minute. Full of debt, they're full of lies, they're full of scams, and you should be incredibly pissed off. The fact that the American sheep have gone to sleep while the elites have hyperinflated their currency and blown the debt that has destroyed most of your lives, and you just go quietly into the night like, well, I don't know, it's out of my control, that you can't afford groceries and rent anymore, blows my mind. And the fact that the bankers were allowed to do what they did without any repercussions in 08 and 09 proves my point that the American people have long been asleep. And I'm telling you to wake up. Get rich, improve your life, make yourself great again. Join Island Project, hit tiers, coming with $1 million a day. Call my dad at 808-442-2934 and get in. And live your best life while you still can, and glory for the King, and build kingdom wealth in the name of Jesus. God bless. Links up here and down here.